Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Shed of Dread, and welcome to a live stream. I hope I find you all well and happy and wonderful, and if you're in the UK enjoying the sun, cheers to you all. Well, what shall we discuss today? Afternoon, Colin. Nice to see you here, mate. Thanks for joining me. Much appreciated. Well, been a bit of a week, shall we say, in the world of Doctor Who and in the world in general. To be brutally honest, I will be open for questions if anyone wants to ask me. If not, I'll just sit here for a bit and talk crap for the usual hour. I will be covering the Sophie Miles incident on her Twitter safe space thing. Not very much in depth, but we shall be covering that because of the way it was done and the way it reflects upon things, especially the way that still certain sections of the fandom, or should we just say nasty little trolls, feel the need to be disgusting. It'll be an understatement. If you hear any noise in the background, that's my children playing outside, of course, because for the rare occasion that occurs in the UK, the sun is out. But as is always, the sun is out, and now it's going to be out a bit too much. And we're non-who wise. Have you been watching For All Mankind? No, but it is on the to-do list or to the watch list. It looks. I've seen some clips which have piqued my interest. It's kind of an alternate time reality, isn't it? In the 80s, set in the 80s, if I remember, and if Russia and America were fighting over the moon, if that's correct. It looks fantastic. I must admit, it is. The problem is I've got that many things to watch on my watch list. I really genuinely don't think I can fit it in sometimes. Because at the moment, obviously, because I've got an we have to speak English. I've got an upcoming series of reviews on Stingray. Kind of watching that more than actually anything else at the moment, which is a bit annoying because. And then I'm having to go away and write them. I've fell way behind on Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. I've got to catch up on that. I've been recommended a couple of the TV series to watch. I think it was yesterday or the night before. Me and the wife binge watched The Baby on Netflix. An 8-series thing about, well, it's about a baby. It's a bit kind of Damien kind of thing, which is very interesting, but unfortunately meant that I didn't get to bed till 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I've got so much to watch. It's quite nice to see. Here we go, Colin. Yes, basically, the USSR beats the USA to the moon in 1969. I'm not sure if it's woke because the changes fit so well into their history. Yeah, it looks good. It really does look good. It'd be. I can't wait to give it a go because, as I said, I've seen a couple of clips on YouTube and I thought, yeah, this looks pretty good. So, as I said, I will hopefully get round to it. It's just it's unusual when you've got like nothing and then these things pop up. Hello, Phil. Nice to see me. Yeah, looking forward to the Stingray reviews. Great show. It is a great show. The problem is, as I did mention this on Wookie Fever's stream. If you haven't popped over, go and see Wookie Fever. He's a good lad, and great fun has been had on a couple of live streams I've done with him there. With Stingray, because I'm going to do a proper review, although they'll be fairly short reviews. For the first time ever, I'm writing stuff down, which that means I've got to read my own handwriting, and I want to do it so it's a proper review. And I'm not just going to do just the episodes. I'm going to do character reviews, biopics on each of the main characters, and one of the episodes will be all about the Stingray itself. So it's coming. It's just one of those things that's actually taking more time. That's why I want to do it proper. want to do a good review because it's just like it's one of my childhood favorite shows ever. So I want to give it sort of due time and care and make sure that the reviews are good. And hopefully, if I do a good job, perhaps I can encourage some people who've never seen Stingray to see Stingray, which would be cool. But as I said, it's that plus all the other stuff that's going on at the moment is taking up a lot of my time, and time something I don't seem to have much of. Oh, Big Finish audiobooks, pretty cool. Read my handwriting. There's a very good reason I learned to type in the back in the text. Yeah, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, my writing's all right, but the problem is always had it. The problem I've had since school is my hand can't keep up with my brain. So I do write okay, but the problem is then I jump ahead and my words get jumbled up. Always had a problem. Yeah, I suppose I could type it up, but I'm sitting writing it as I'm watching it on the screen and scribbling notes down desperately, and I tend to get a bit too far ahead of myself. Plus, also, I kind of prefer to do things on the fly, but I really do want to give this series of reviews and this whole Stingray thing the justice it requires, because it's such a classic piece of, well, history for all intents and purposes. So yeah, it's taking time, and obviously some of the stuff, especially a lot of the information about Stingray, the sub itself. I'm hunting high and low to find as much information as I can because I want to, because the Stingrays, this really is the star of the show for all intents and purposes, and I want to give it justice. So Stingray is coming, as well as the remaining reviews of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which I'm so far behind. It's unreal. Hello, John. Welcome, mate. Nice to see you here. Thanks for popping in and joining the stream. As I said, it's going to be sort of a question and answer plus just generally talking about things. And if you've got a beer, feel free, or alcohol or pop or whatever, feel free to have a drink and just sort of sit back and try and chill a bit. Oh, excuse me. Well, hello, Noel. Nice to see you, mate. Welcome to my very impromptu chat. I mean, I actually did advertise it an hour. Was it an hour or half an hour before? It's rare for me. Rare for me. Very indeed. The whole Anderson body of work is fantastic. Massive part of my childhood. Massive part of my childhood as well. And the thing is, in reality, I could probably fill the channel with loads of hundreds and hundreds of videos on Jerry Anderson stuff. Perhaps, just perhaps, we'll see how Stingray goes. And if so, I might do some more. Put it down to learning to write in pencil in my hand rather than bent. When I started to use pen and ink at grammar school, I had to turn my hand almost 90 degrees. That's my excuse. And you might as well stick to it, mate. I have no problem with that at all. It's yeah, I'll see how Stingray goes. I mean, if the Stingray series goes well, as you are, especially Phil, you are very well aware that I have quite a lot of Jerry Anderson stuff, mainly thanks to Phil. Ooh, Jerry Anderson and the Tomorrow People. That was a show. Oh, if I could get hold of that, that'd be a thing to see. The thing is, although we concentrate so much on the new stuff that's coming out, we've got such a massive, huge, and brilliant back catalogue of old stuff that we could talk about. It's, as I said, the thing is, the biggest problem is just having the time to do so. There are times where I just haven't got 5 minutes. Nah, not really interested in the female football, to be fair. That's probably going to get me into trouble. I don't know whether anyone saw that. That's, yeah, we could have a go about that. Do you only see the BBC? What's this? I always try and make life. Yes, you do, Phil. Yes, you do. Robin and Sherwood were the first things I went for. Started collecting DVDs. Good ones. Good ones. Yeah, the thing, I mean, oh, Willie, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you again, mate. The time was available on YouTube. Ooh, no, stop it. Look, will you please stop giving me so much to watch? I am but one man and I do not have enough time in a day to watch all this. I hope you're all good over there, mate. I hope everything's as good as always. And hopefully my internet connection will not be as bad as Wookie's. I'll send the link. Thanks. Thank you so much. As I was saying about the women's football, obviously, our American brethren may not be aware that it's the European Football Championships in women's football, and England are playing. Look, what you should watch a TV show called From Very Good. Please stop with the things to watch. There is not enough time in the day. 5-star audio and Big Finish. Beware, it does end on a cliff, and then they lost the license. Oh, that's got to be the worst cliffhanger ever that you're never going to get the answer to. Now, as I was saying, with the female football, the BBC did what the BBC did well. I agree, John. To be fair, it's kind of like me playing FIFA, to be fair. But the women's football isn't very good. But the thing which annoyed me the most is the BBC did a report after the Lionesses, as they're called for whatever reason, beat Norway 8-0. And then there was this huge issue about the fact that this was great for the... sorry, on my laptop, a Windows popped up, but I can't get rid of the bloody... And now another Windows popped up. Nah! Go away! Leave me alone! Why do these things happen to me? I don't want to see more. I'm not interested in the news. Go away! So I now can't see the chat, you annoying thing. Bog off. Bog off. No, go away. Oh, the problem with this laptop is it responds so poorly. Hey, got it. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, so England won 8-0 against Norway, and the BBC did what the BBC did best, which was go. Well, you know, it was great that England won 8-0, but all 11 players plus the 5 subs were white. And that shows a lack of diversity in the England squad. So even when England's football team for women are doing really, really well, the BBC have to make it about race. I mean, the fact that the national Nigerian women's team is full of black people. Oh, and the fact that the entire Norwegian team was also full of white people isn't a problem. And that just shows, yeah, that's exactly it. They moaned because the team was too white, even though Norway was white. Oh, and so I'm getting stutters now, which is, I hope, not affecting it too much. That's my fault for mentioning Wookie's internet connection. Rather than typically for an Englishman, I have obviously zero interest in a sports ball of any kind. Well, a lot of people don't. A lot of people really don't. Oh, no. You see, this is... I mean, the thing is, what annoyed me the most about it is the fact that they couldn't even celebrate that an England team had beaten another team 8-0 without making it a race issue, and then getting Alex Scott, who is famous for being a black female football player and is now a presenter because of that, who got her recognition for playing football for England, to do a whole article on the fact there was a lack of diversity in the England team. Yeah, I thought it was all about winning and not diversity. Not as far as the BBC are concerned. It certainly isn't. They gave Alex Scott, a black female footballer, a job with Gary Lineker. He's not skint. Exactly. I mean, what's he now? The highest paid BBC presenter? Because diversity is in a class. Yeah, exactly. And It's annoying that even when perhaps even when we're doing really, really well, everything has to be dragged down to that level, even though, of course, there are other teams. As I said, Norway itself, the whole of the Norway team were white. But apparently that's okay because the BBC have to do, and they wonder why their license fee is going. This is why, the BBC moaning about they're losing their license fee. And then they do crap like that. And they can't understand why they're losing the license fee, because this is what we get from all the time from the BBC. All the time from the BBC. And I genuinely don't get it. It's can I just ask Phil, why are you apologising? Everybody knows he's a fell end. He's the oh well. But the funniest thing is, he'll sit there and bang on about diversity and this, that, and the other. But if you were that concerned about diversity, surely you'd have quit your own job and gave it up to somebody else instead of sitting there earning over £1 million a year. It's not right. Well, yes, indeed. RTD wants to keep the license fee so they can pay him loads. I know quite a few of you will have watched my video on RTD, and we can use Boots on Treasure. Misused the word Britain. Yeah, exactly. They're very actively anti-British. Yeah, I know a lot of people will have watched my video on the speech RTD gave. And I know a lot of people, some people, you sit in the camp. Now, the thing is, a lot of people, what you need to do is you have to understand that I'm not attacking RTD's right to do that speech. In fact, even though the fact that I don't agree with the fact it should have been done and where he stood and how it was done, I would quite willingly and ably stand next to him to defend his right to say that, because that's the freedom of speech. And, you can't be hypocritical and say, I want freedom of speech, and then go accept the speech bits that I don't like. I don't agree with what he had to say. I do kind of agree. I don't agree how it was said and why it was said, but I will also massively back him on the fact that he had the right to say that, because I'm never going to try and stop. You could never stop anyone from saying something that they wish. But the problem is it's the fact that every chance that Russell gets to say something on a red carpet or in a presentation show, basically where his friends are there to pat him on the back and blow smoke up his anus, he preaches this message without seeming to understand that there is a reason why the people don't want to pay BBC licenses. You see, from here, Willie's from America. He doesn't understand how you Brits are paying for a license fee. It's like us Americans paying for cable, or is it public broadcast? Basically, if you don't understand, Willie, if you're not sure, we have to pay for the privilege of watching TV, and the BBC license fee doesn't just cover the BBC. So because they quickly cottoned on that if no one watched the BBC, then you didn't need a TV license, and now we have to have it in the UK for literally every device, and it doesn't matter what you're watching as long as it's live. You can watch pre-recorded stuff and not have a TV license, and sadly, it's the law. You will get fined and potentially put in prison for not having a TV license, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Freedom of speech means allowing people you don't agree with to express opinions you don't agree with. Absolutely correct. And as I said, even though, and in reality, I didn't really disagree with 99% of what he said. Well, we know it's bullshit, Willie, but that's just the way it is here in the UK. We do strange things, don't we? As I said in the video, I agree that they can be bastards and they can lie. They all can. Well, they were trying to get it extended to cover live streams a while ago. Exactly. They literally want to force the British public to pay for doing everything that requires anything that's a transmission device. It's all about that, and always has been about that. So no, even though I agree with him that they're liars and bullshit, the thing is, it's the fact that it's the continual. He will only really do it when he's in an environment where people are going to blow smoke up his backside. Oi, oi! Welcome, Lee. Nice one to see you, mate. Welcome to this. It's the fact that he's using every chance he gets to preach this, and it annoys me and it makes me worried. Now I know I have had some people saying that I should basically stop saying this because I'm being negative. I'm not being negative about the show. I've said on multiple occasions, and in fact, every time we've done a video, I've said that I hope I'm wrong. I will be watching the show. I will judge the show based on what I see. But I feel that no one should get a free ride. And when people say things and do things that can cause issues, then they need to be addressed. I really genuinely hope. You see, that's it. It is very Hollywood activist, though. And as I said, I know Noel on his stream talked about this, and Lee did as well. The fact that Ricky Gervais was right. They're in no position to tell us, and that's something else that annoyed me is the fact that he will sit there and say those speeches as if he treats us like we're nothing. He really does, and that's what annoys me. I genuinely wonder what will happen after the centenary when people have had the chance to compare modern BBC output with whatever classic shows they see. Fuck mum, please. Exactly. Oh, it's just got back from the shop. What did you buy? And it's, again, this is what I agree with Philly. I'm getting sick of listening to RJ. If I'm honest, he's becoming the extreme left-wing poster boy. And he is. But it's not helping. What I have is a conceit, and I know PD Rich touched on it on Noel's live stream. The simple matter is, if he keeps doing this, he will alienate people, and people will not come back. Now, will it transfer? Maybe, maybe not. But the thing is, if there is the concept that it will, and people think it will, and we've all had the last 5 years of complete dire shite, and we've had 5 years of complete shite, where we've had agenda slaps rammed down our throats, punched in our face, then you can understand people are going to get really nervous. As I said, I hope it's not. Nothing will give me greater pleasure on this planet to be able to tune into Doctor Who and enjoy it. Can I show? Indeed. But the thing is, this is what annoys me. We have no context at all. We have no context. Shows that were made back in the 60s and 70s and that. You know what I mean? If everything else can come with it, that's something else that annoys me. Why put all the warnings on? I started losing confidence when he made that if you ignore the... Yeah. You see, the thing is, I think what it is, as I said, we've had 5 years of this shit, this annoyance that has just been the most painful thing on the planet. And what you want to see, like we were all excited when Shooty was announced, and we were all excited that Russell was coming back, and they should have just left it at that. The last thing that they needed to say was politics, politics, politics. Because that is not what you want to hear after 5 years of politics, politics, politics. Let's, hand on heart. We would not dare show that. And love that. The thing is, though, Love Thy Neighbour is actually a very good show. And it tackled racism in a brilliant way. It really did. But, of course, that's unacceptable anymore. We are court jesters. That's what we do, as far as I'm concerned. You should step away from saying anything so that you can still be seen by your audience in any character. Kurt Russell. The great Kurt Russell. And unfortunately, because of that, his opinion, that they don't like him. They need to stay as our jesters. I mean, thing is that they're human beings. Let's be brutally honest. They're human beings like the rest of us. I mean, they're warped, sick, and insane, but they're human beings, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. The thing is that there's a difference between having an opinion and then judging everybody else and attacking everybody else because it's not that opinion. And that's where the problem is where people... Oh, yeah, exactly. Sickness in Health with Afghani was a brilliant way of tackling racism. It really was. There you go. But people don't see it like that because, again, it's something that they see something back in that time period and they judge it with modern day things, even though if they actually bothered to pay attention to watch these programs, perhaps they would see from what they were, which were brilliant programs that tackled racism brilliantly. And I mean, in Sickness and in Health with Afghani, Alf was shown to be a bigot and a racist. And you could see that and you could learn from that. But of course, it's not good enough nowadays. Absolutely right. We laughed at Alf, not with him, because everybody could see what an idiot he was, how really nasty and horrible he was. And it was terrible. Well, hello, welcome, Adam. These things don't realise he's the white guy of their neighbour always ended up looking the fool. Exactly. That was the point. That's why. And that's what when people talk about politics in Doctor Who back in the day, back in the classic series, because it was like that. It was clever. The politics was clever. It made you show the people for what they were without actually smacking you in the face with it. You could see that these people were nasty and evil and racist and, not everything. That's what the difference is. There's no problem with having political things in a show if it is done with clever writing and subtlety. It's just the modern era sees that. Hold on a second. Yes. Can I help you? Hurry up on.
Have you fed Tango?
Yes.
Okay.
No worries. Sorry about that. The kids. That's how politics should be done in shows. I mean, if you want a modern day version of that, you can look at The Expanse and the way The Expanse deals with all these social intricacies brilliantly. They don't preach. It's just there, and you learn and you accept, and you can see when people are being arseholes and when they're not, and race and sexuality and all this sort of stuff just doesn't come into any of it. But we haven't had that. Just to let you know, Tango's my corn snake. It's not my corn snake, it's my son's corn snake. It's orange, hence Tango. And today is his feeding day, but I've already fed him his little mouse. That's the pleasure of things. Well, you can't argue with that. That's very true, Phil. The classic Who writers could actually write. And that's probably where Russell's got an advantage. When it comes to writing, Russell is very, very, very good at writing. I'm just hoping that as I've said, that he's not going to be and that's another reason when he acts and he pontificates and shouts and rants and raves at the podium about how shit everybody is the fact that he's not Russell T Davies of 2005. Even though I know Russell T Davies is political and has always been. And to be fair, I thought that the rant at the end of that speech ruined the speech for what he got it for, which is an absolutely brilliant show. It's a Sin is a masterpiece. So why ruin accepting that award? Because oh, thanks, Lee. No, honestly, mate, no problem. Thanks very much for popping in. It's much appreciated. It really is. Bye-bye. Even the 1980s cartoon dealt with issues. Exactly. And they did it so well. Shame the Expanse actors were such arseholes when it came to the real world. Yeah, well, but at least it didn't reflect, the show was good. Finally watched first Doctor Who movie. I'm hoping everything else is just as good. The classic stuff is. Enjoy it. It really is. It really is. It is really, really good. So I just think, and this is something that sort of kind of leads on to what else. There's something else that I needed to talk about, which was Sophie Miles and her Safe Space sort of Twitter podcast, where she mentioned Noel Clarke and got absolutely and viciously attacked. The things that were said to her were disgusting, or because she stood up for Noel, which, she's known Noel for a long time. And this sort of thing, what we're talking about now with Russell and that, it feeds in, is the fact that there is this toxic, nasty underlying belly. And I'm not going to call them fans, because they're not fans. They're nasty, insecure, stupid, as I always call them, stupid little children who snipe at people. And a lot of us in the fandom know Sophie. She's always prepared to talk to everybody about Doctor Who, etc. And she's a wonderful woman. And the way that she got attacked on her Safe Space was just disgusting, absolutely disgusting. And it was all kind of in the name of Doctor Who fandom, and it brought it all down for all of us. And in the process of defending Noel Clarke, who, let's be brutally honest, I know a lot of people probably went with what the media is. When the story of Noel's charges and that, well, the way the accusations that came out about Noel first came out, I didn't say anything, because I find that with all of these kind of cases, it's best to wait for the evidence. It appears that a lot of the media had already made their minds up, etc. But in reality, he faced down charges and he is a free man. Well, you say free. He's lost everything, which is unfair. And all she was doing was just sticking up for a mate. And it was horrifying. It was terrible. It reminded me very much of when Daniel was doing a stream with Charlotte, and we had those idiots jumping on that and being vile, disgusting little creatures. And the thing is, a lot of people, well, they're part of our fandom. I don't do Twitter. It's the sort of thing that makes me both glad that I'm not on it, and at the same time want to help and support victims such as Sophie. The thing is, with Twitter, you have to understand that Twitter is a cesspool. It really is. But in reality, there are some really, really nice people on there. The problem is trying to filter them out from all the idiots. I don't understand trolls. And I'm not going to call them fans. Hey, all, Time Prophet, welcome, mate. Nice of you to pop in and on the stream. Thanks very much for coming. I can't call them fans. People call them, they're fans. They're this, that, and the other. They're not. They're not fans of anything. All they are is stupid, narcissistic little children who get a kick out of attacking anyone and everything. It's nothing to do with whether they believe in something or they don't believe in it. What they do is they get their kicks out of attacking people for having a different opinion to them. And as I said, when I do all my things, like I did with Russell in his speech, I may not agree with him, but I will defend his right to say it, because we can't live in a world, and that's what these idiots want us to do. They don't want there to be discussion. They don't want people to be getting on. They don't want people to be able to say the words, I agree. Can we just agree to disagree? I say it all the time. I always say it. There are people, let's just go, for instance, me and Noel, entirely so. We fell out, but we're back together. You know what? It doesn't matter, because in reality, it's not about that. As I understand it, perhaps 3% of the people are most actually on Twitter. They're a very, very vocal minority that make the most noise on there. They do, and what they do, it's very much like a medieval witch hunts. Somebody gets to say something. What's this? RT is woker than Chibnall, but he played it carefully last time, and I'm hoping that he will this time. But as you are aware with my videos, I have my issues. But what they do is they find something that half the time I don't even reckon they even watch things. They just do it to annoy, and they get some sort of sick kick out of picking on people. It's not right to bully anyone off any platform just for the simple fact that you don't agree with what they have to say. I watched many channels. I watched loads of, I watch I watch the Quartering, I watch all these wonderful, different type of channels. And sometimes I agree and sometimes I disagree. But the reason why I watch them is because I like them as their personality, the way they do things, the way they present anything. I mean, I love watching Critical Drinker videos. I watch Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, the Quartering. I used to love Bolstrek stuff. It's just, I cast my net very, very wide. And I even watch the Geek Council and things like that because sometimes I agree with them and a lot of times I don't. But the thing is, I like to see people who have courage of their convictions and will stand there and say what they want to say. And it doesn't matter whether I agree with it or not. And it's just the witch hunt is definitely a correct phrase. Anyone who tries to defend a witch must be a witch themselves. Exactly. And that is exactly what happens on Twitter now. I know, and I also agree with this. He's massively missed. His videos were just unbelievable. And some of them I didn't agree with, but God, these presentation style and the way he delivered it was just absolute class. Sorry, I've jumped about through. Hello, Moons of Madness. I've gone on Twitter to watch the freak show. Yeah, it's true. Hatred is a drug for these vile idiots. They need it to survive. It's pathetic. I don't even think that. What? I actually genuinely feel sorry for these people, and I do, because they live in such a hollow place that the only thing that they can do is to spit vile at people and then see if oh please, we need to make that hashtag run. Bring back Professor Dinkiels. Brilliant. Again, that was awesome. But no, they live. They have nothing in their life. They can't have anything in their lives. They can't have what I've got here, which is a great bunch of people just chatting about stuff. They don't have this. They clearly don't have friends. So they do things to try and garner some sort of acknowledgement. And that's why the success of the way to deal with these peoples is to ignore them, although it's very, very hard. They are a tiny minority, but these tiny minorities are everywhere, and some of them have more influence than others. And we can see that in the madness of the world right now. But, it makes my skin crawl, because we all know that if these people met you face to face, you'd be able to see the brown trickle down their legs, because they would. They are not brave people. They are silly, pathetic little children. No, it's an England shirt. Yeah, and the only reason I'm wearing this at the moment is it's white and it reflects heat and it keeps me cool because it's a bit warm. And also, if you're going to ask me my football teams, I've got my two scarves here. Obviously, sadly enough, I'm a Birmingham City fan, but I haven't been down there for a long time because, they're shit. But my local team, because I literally just live down the road from them, is wrong one. That's their other old scarf is the Solihull Moors. and that because they're a 10-minute walk up the top of the park from me. So I've literally, this is my local team. So there you go. I've got my jumper on, lol. You've got your jumper on. Okay, fair enough. Yep. I only recently found that out. I always thought there were 3 lines, but they're not. They weren't originally. Colin's absolutely right. I told you I should be a Birmingham City fan. Tell someone nothing. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And the thing is, I can't disagree with you. I really can't. If you're wondering what that's about, you need to go on Wookie Fever's stream. He's got another stream tomorrow, 5:30, I think it is, UK time. Unfortunately, I won't be on that one because I'm at a barbecue. And not mine. It's one of my ex-forces mates. So I'm not expecting to walk away from that one conscious. I know Willie will. I know you'll be there, mate. As I said, I'm ever so sorry. I can't be. Ex-forces barbecue. That's all I'm going to say. The as far as my mate's menu was, if it used to walk, we're going to be barbecuing it. So there's going to be plenty of food. It's also going to be copious amounts of rather large alcohol points, of course. Because you've got to have a beer, especially when it's nice and warm like this. For his a real story fact, the heraldry goes all the way back to Geoffrey, the father of Henry II. Colin is big on history. He really is. Thanks. Honestly, I mean, I love to learn. I love it when I can come on here. Do you think Jim Davidson should be the next king? No, I reckon he should be the next minister for defence. I have met and seen many of his shows, both in civvies and in combats. And the guy's a legend when it comes to the military. I'm hoping to have a video finish for the stream. It's going to be legendary. Oh, thanks. I won't miss it because I'll catch up on it. I really will. I'm looking forward to it. There you go. But no, Jim Davidson, forces-wise, UK forces-wise, the man's a legend. And I really like him. And it's like many people in the world. I like them because I like people who are flawed, because we're all flawed. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. We all do stupid things. And sometimes we can get accused of things that we never did do. But of course, we live in a world where we're judged by the media now. And that's just a sad state of affairs. Lex. I'm sure I used to watch Lex. Not sure. I'm not sure whether I did. I don't know. I'm 53 years old and I've been hitting the head a lot. Can't remember my name half the time. But the other reason why I've decided to do this live stream today is a little bit blowing my own trumpet and happy days. The channel's finally broke 11,000 views, which is quite impressive considering it only started in March last year. I know some people knew me from when I had the original one, but I'm at 139 subs and over 11,000 views, and of course that's all thanks to you. Famously dressed in all black kit to surprise the SAS after the embassy siege in 1980. Yes, he did. He did indeed. And that was also, if I remember quite rightly, he was actually introduced by Margaret Thatcher at the same do, if I remember. The SAS back in the day. I mean, that's something else. While I'm on, I might as well have a little pop at is the recent panorama show by the BBC, doing what the BBC does best and bitch slapping and moaning about our Yeah, thanks, mate. I'll be honest, I'm quite surprised, to be fair. I'm surprised people want to listen to the crap I spout. But you know what? It's a bit of fun. It gets me through things and I'm enjoying myself. I'll only stop when I stop enjoying myself. Yeah, they decided to do a show on slapping down the SAS in Afghanistan and calling them murder squads. Nice. That's one fence you'd never want to jump over. They did a thing calling all the SAS murder squads and doing what they do best, which is being anti-British and attacking the forces. Now, to be fair, it annoys me on many levels, but the fact that the BBC reporters and the BBC itself can stand there and spout this bullshit is because of people like that are prepared to go and do horrible, dirty things to protect their freedoms. Not sure, but I'm pretty sure one of the memories, probably Pete Winner Soldier, is that he abseiled down into the party. Again, he probably would. Jim Davidson has such a love for the forces. He gives a lot. And he's another man who's took a lot of stick for nothing, really. There's one tech individual service special operations. The job was hard enough. Well, you know that as well as I do, Willa. I mean, here in the UK, you may not be aware that we had, when we were in Northern Ireland, there was an incident called Bloody Sunday. Look it up in the history books, and they've been trying to prosecute soldiers for that. It's just unbelievable. I've seen them trying to let in Hereford. Yeah, this is very true. Good people sleep in their beds because hard men stand ready to do violence in their name. Yep, we certainly did and certainly do. And they do now, even right now, they're doing stuff. There are a few things in this world that can really get me going. One is watching people being bullied for no particular reason other than the fact that whoever's doing it gets off on it. I hate bullies. Bullies need to be deserved to be slapped down. Don't ever come anywhere near my family. That's another thing that'll get my back up instantly. And attacking the forces, especially by people who have literally no understanding of what it's like, and how things like that TV program can affect those who are prepared to put their life on the line for Queen and country. Can't remember. I'm sure that's actually used in, what's the name? The film with Tom Cruise and A Few Good Men. I think that's he says that. Jack Nicholson's character says that. I think it's that. Maybe not. Good people sleep in the bed because the army uses correct pronouns. I mean, don't even go about that. I mean, I don't know whether everyone's aware that apparently if you're in the army now, you can no longer use the words Rupert, Doris, and crabs. And if you're like non-service personnel, Americans maybe, but thank you for your service. You don't need to thank me. It was a privilege. Yeah, probably because he's. I served from 1986 till 1993, when I was discharged because of defence cuts. So basically, I got my redundancy notice, believe it or not. So, and if you want to know, I served for the First Royal Regiment of Fusiliers as an infantryman, and got to the rank of corporal. And when I left, I then was attached to 5th Royal Regiment of Fusiliers, which was what was known as a terrible army, territorial army, which now, of course, is the who is Dean? That's me. And which is the regulars, and then I was made up to sergeant, and in charge of training new recruits. That was fun. So there you go. there's no need to thank me for my service because it was something I would gladly did. It was something that I was always going to do. But thank you. So, so we can, what's it? Wadney's probably not. You can't even say lads anymore because that's annoying. Consequently, we did a test watch along with Who Dares Wins. So, but got hit for spam of all things. yeah, because sharp, yeah, well, yeah, because that's where all military history comes. We all do that. Sharp and the film Zulu, that pretty much covers the entirety of how good the British Army are. We all still turn up in our red coats just in case, especially when the Americans are around to remind them who used to be in charge. Actually, Sharp is not a bad series. It's actually quite a good series. It's they at least made the effort to make it historically accurate. But no, Sharp is a good series actually. I do enjoy watching Sharp. But when I was in, we'd slightly progressed past oh yes, the old famous one. Don't throw bloody spears at me. Even though, of course, in that he spoke with a posh accent as it was his first film. I felt a bit of a fraud, like being a terror, because it was very young at the time. Look, the simple truth of the matter is, even though you were in the Territorial Army, indeed, there's a lot of books. Even though you were in the Territorial Army, mate, you signed the same contract and you swore to defend the Queen and you signed the Official Secrets Act. So, and if the shit really had it the fan, you'd have been in the front line with everybody else. So, don't feel a fraud. Never feel a fraud. Sharp is the only thing Sean Bean didn't die in, isn't it? I think so. Not sure. Just what Black or Down generation killed 200 American soldiers of my generation. Well, I can't disagree with that. As I said, in '91 I served with the US, and they're good soldiers. Not as good as us, mind you, but they're good enough. I mean, the fact they had more water than us is irrelevant. Best English history I've ever seen is Last Kingdom. Another, yeah, agreed. That is brilliant. That's brilliant. That is the Last Kingdom. Is Lord Gobby. I'm now a scout leader doing a barbecue and teaching them how to cook tonight. Lord Foe, barbecue equals food poisoning. I presume it's just going to be normal meat, not stuff you're going to catch. Well, scout leader's good, mate. Nice one. Scouts are great. I was a scout, a Cub Scout. And then because I like the outdoor, I like being outdoors more than anything. Well, let's be honest, if Lord Foe's teaching them, they will not be poisoned. Oh, we were home defence, but then the Falklands War, and we were expecting to be, yeah, exactly. BAOR, TA units to be called up if the rigs. Yes. Yeah, that was a very big thing. Oh, Richmond sausages. Oh, well, there you go. Awesome. And I echo Colin's sentiment. Have fun, enjoy yourself, mate. There's nothing like standing out next to a burning hot barbecue in boiling hot heat. It brings out the man in you. We will no longer discuss the USA. It's all gone woke. Oh, well, they're not. They're woke here as well, mate, so don't worry about it. I've never joined the army, but I look like Rambo when he left the army. Without the muscles. Hitler was a Boy Scout who wrote a book about it, Mein Campfire. Oh, John! Brilliant. Brilliant. Nice one, mate. Have a great night. We'll catch you next time, buddy. Absolutely, mate. I'm hoping they're going to start doing at least a live stream a week if I can. Again, the problem is it's just having time. Plus, of course, I've got the oh dear. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But yeah, so hopefully, I mean, I got the 6 weeks holiday coming up with the kids, so it's going to be. But the thing is, they're a lot older now, and they look after themselves, unlike before, where they're a little bit younger now. They can look after themselves, and excuse me. Yeah, he was an artist. Yeah, he was a painter. Was old Hitler? What the hell? Where the hell did that go wrong? There's probably some teacher told him he was shit at it. I don't know. But no, it's. I'm still can't get over that. I learned everything about the army from it. Ain't half Ottoman. Well, quite a lot of us did end up wearing dresses. Of course, there's something else that would be causing a problem. Very much like MASH with Klinger when he's dressing up in dresses. Because I don't know whether anyone's noticed there was a village fight somewhere in Wales, and this bloody thing has come back up again. And the rugby team always. Thank you. Oh, hold on a second. What the hell is going on here? It's all right. My computer's playing up now, and I've now got an advert coming up for a streamer, which is always useful. There we go. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. This laptop doesn't like it's too old. So where are we going now? What have we got to? I'll have a share a plate from my World War II. My wife's great uncle got from the Eagles. Wow. So 101st, I'm guessing, or was he different unit? Because wasn't it the 101st that got to the Eagle's Nest? That's impressive, mate. I'll have to see that. I look forward to seeing that. That'd be good. Next time, try Virgin Soldiers, book or the film. Virgin Soldier. Actually, that's a very underrated film, personally. I think it really was. Really was. Selico, nice. You got Wookie Fever, brother. 101st. Nice. 101. Met some members of the 101st in 91 when they went and did, just before they went and did their hop over into the desert. Got another great bunch of soldiers. They're good bunch of lads. Who Dares Wins was a good movie. Yeah, it was all right. I mean, the thing is, remember that when they did the film Who Dares Wins, the SAS, well, I mean, they're still secretive now. They don't like talking about stuff, although some of the X-ones do turn up on that TV show, which my wife turned around and said, don't you want to do that? And I said, I'm too fat and I like my beer too much to be running around doing that crap anymore. Yeah, but Who Dares Wins was a good film. What's his name? From The Professionals was in it. Oh, come on. I'm getting too old. Come on, someone's got to tell me what his name was. No, it's gone. If I remember correctly, it had the Von Trapps actually crossed the mountains where the sound of music. They would have come close to Berchtesgaden. Apparently, so they say. So they say. Top Secret is a possible. Oh, you absolutely. Top Secret is a brilliant film. Absolutely, it's one of those. It's one of the films that really does really make me crease with laughter. It is the best World War II film ever, especially the way they're planning it. With the it's just brilliant. In America, they can recall people back to them at any time. Yeah, we don't want to know. Lewis Collins. That was it. Lewis Collins. Sorry, getting addled. Yeah. Also in 10 Para TA. Yeah. Parachute Regiment. They're just complete lunatics. Absolute lunatics. Sean Connery's movie The Hill is also brilliant. Yes, it is. Absolutely. I've got top secret. Hold on a second. Yes, children.
When is it? When you're coming in?
In a bit while you're hungry. All right, no worries. I'll do your dinner in a second. All right. Now I'm starving my kids now. Agreed, John. I actually do genuinely agree. He should have been Bond. He had all the right things for it. He would have been. He would have made a great Bond. He really would. Based on a book called The Tiptoe Boys. I remember enjoying it. Cool. You see, there's lots of. Yeah, I mean, there's something else. I mean, I don't know whether anyone will be interested if I did it, because I love war films, and perhaps I should do reviews. But then again, I've got too much to be doing already. Apparently, Luke's going to join the CAS. Yeah, I heard that as well. I heard that he applied. The TASS wouldn't. Team America, fuck yeah! That's a brilliant. Love that film as well. Team America. That's a brilliant film. That's what was. Jerry Anderson was drunk one day and made a great film. Brilliant film. Absolutely brilliant film. Most enjoyable. Most enjoyable. I know. Everybody pop over at See Time Profits videos. They are brilliant, by the way. Even if, they are really enjoyable. And as he's gladly pointed out when we were on Wookiee's stream, that he's got those Guns of Navarone, Where Eagles Dare, Zulu. Oh God, yeah. There's so many good war films. I'd watch war film reviews definitely. See, the thing is, my thing is when I watch a war film, Team America, and we're back to Jerry Anderson. Indeed, we are. See, the thing is, with war films, I see it from a different. I'm very much into my weaponry and tactics, etc. And so I look at war films from a slightly different point of view. It's Hell and Back, isn't that the Audie Murphy story? True story, shall we say? Because that man was a legend. He really was. I'm sure. Am I right? Is that the Audie Murphy one with the old 50 cal on the top of the tank? Yeah, I know. There are times where I know where you're coming from, Willie. I know exactly where you're coming from. Being a good Brit on certain well-known march from films is my ringtone. Ah, excellent. I don't know which one. Platoon is the greatest war movie ever. It's right up there with my favourite all-time movies. Yeah. Reach for the Sky, the story of Douglas Bader, which was a great story, and he was a great wing commander. Gonna say it, I like Rambo 4. I'll be honest, I actually quite enjoy. I mean, I like Rambo films purely because it's just fun. It's back in the day where things used to be really entertaining, and I know some people take exception to it, and I just love them. I mean, it's like I love the Expendables movies. They're awful, but they're just so much fun, and it's just like for a gun guy like myself, I just watch it for the guns going off. The one where they had to change the code word for success. I think so, yeah. I'm not sure about that. Exploding arrows don't really work though. Lol. You know what? Someone probably somewhere's got one though. Douglas Bose in my local pool once he got kicked out for being legless. Oh, John! Really? Hamburger Hill, awesome. Based on true story, absolutely brilliant film. I had the honour of serving in the 3rd Infantry Division and the Dirty Third. We were also one of the first to cross into Baghdad. Audie Murphy was like a god in our division. And I can fully understand that. That man was a legend. And then to have an acting career after it was quite impressive. Those 80s films were pretty regressive, men mostly unhealthy macho styles. Yeah, but they were fun. No, don't apologise, John. It's absolutely fine. Seriously, mate. I used to shoot rifles in Ross and Y Gun Club. Yeah, it was back in the day. Now it's guns are good. I like guns. And get me started on exploding fire arrows, although they work for the Dukes of Hazzard. Oh, there's another classic TV show now. Oh my god. Hamburger was written by John Wayne, but Clint Eastwood did it. Hamburger Hill's a good film. I think John Wayne had his hill, The Sons of Iwo Jima, which is one of the few films that John Wayne actually died in. But that's a great film. Did somebody say guns? Look, just because you've got lots of them, because you can, and we can only have big stick here, or the odd shotgun if we're really lucky, and air pistols. I mean, I even have to have a license for my BB gun. I didn't know I didn't work at Duke's. I talked to the actor in it, and he said it was several fakes. Well, of course it was. Must have been a bit odd for Dirtbag to start a bridge too far when he was actually at Arnhem. Yeah, well, yeah, indeed. Correct. Hamburger Hill was not that. The one with Clint Eastwood in was Heartbreak Ridge, which is another film I absolutely love. Be warned, I'm mean, tired, and nasty. I could put a bullet through a flea's ass and piss napalm. Brilliant film. What? Hollywood fakes? Never. I have a Walther PP88 air pistol. You need to talk to Willie. Willie's got proper guns. Tears of the Sun. I was okay. Bruce Willis. This one with Bruce Willis in, wasn't it? That's quite good. That was. I quite enjoyed that. Riches for long run. There was a reason for it. Yeah. Oh yes. Colin is a longbowman. Indeed. Yeah. Hamburger Hill was. Yeah. Hamburger Hill was Vietnam, and Heartbreak Ridge was, although it was set in Grenada, that was a Korean battle, if I remember quite rightly. I do like my military history. Remember, Tears of the Sun is not a Christmas movie, but let's be brutally honest. Die Hard is. Don't argue with me. Panama. Yeah, that was it. Panama. Sorry, my mistake. But the Heartbreak Ridge was Korea, just near the Chosin Reservoir, if I remember quite rightly. Because there's a war that didn't get the acknowledgement he got, because the Korean War was terrible, really, really terrible. See, I like my military history as well. Perhaps I should do it. See, the thing is, I have a problem. I have so many things I want to talk about. Starship Troopers. Do you want to know more? I like Starship Troopers. I like the bit with the knife, with the button, when he throws the knife in his hand, and he's got the knife in his hand, and he goes, if you incapacitate the person's hand, they can't press the button. Brilliant film. Absolutely brilliant film. Love Starship Troopers. No. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to disagree with you. Die Hard 2 is not an aeroplane movie. No. But Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's the one thing I have to put on. I have to sit down at Christmas and watch Die Hard followed by Home Alone. Sorry. My favorite book of all time is cool. And I spelled that right. It doesn't matter. I did a course German Starship Troopers with PG maybe some months ago. I've got to look back on that, Sadako, because I absolutely love Starship Troopers. There are many, many reasons why. But Dana Meyer's breasts in the shower scene is... Any case. Rewatching Die Hard 2 was the best part of Christmas 2020. Yeah, absolutely. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It is to me. Special effects of Starship are amazing. Considering in reality it had quite a low budget. In reality, it was a low budget film. Thought it was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. I really did. I think it stands the test of time. It really does. It really does. Denise Richards. Oh, hold on. Yeah. No, I haven't. I haven't. But now you piqued my interest, so perhaps I shall go get it. Can do it you're on with us, don't you remember? It's long time. Any case, as enjoyable as this chat has been, I got to go because the kids need their food, and so do I, because I'm getting quite hungry now. So I'll bring it to a close. Thank you for all of you who've come on the stream. It's much appreciated. Thank you for everything that you've done. All of you are watching, because a lot of people hopefully will be watching this back on YouTube. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you for the watches. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for being my friends. Thank you for everything that you've done on my channel so far. This stream has now created even more possibilities. Oh, God. Sorry. It jumps up quickly. Willie, I will catch you in another stream very soon. Come on. Thank you very much. If it'll work, come on. There we go. Thank you, John. I'm glad. Thanks for coming. Those jokes were memorable. I actually own The Forever War by Joe Heidelman. It's a very good book. So, as I said, thank you. Thank you all for coming to join me. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for your subs. Thanks for the views. Thanks for everything. When I relaunched this channel, I wasn't expecting to get to a level where I am now. And I'm truly honoured and moved that people find my content enjoyable. And now, thanks to this stream, I've got more stuff that I could possibly put on my channel. But no, honestly, it's been a pleasure. I've really enjoyed this stream. I'm hopefully going to make them more regular. So with that, and as always, and until the next one, everybody, have a great one. For those of us in the UK, let's get ready to get burnt. For everybody else in America and everywhere else, all of you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I'll speak to you all soon. See you later. Bye-bye.